God that he was able to use me. And one thing that came to mind is remembering bringing him to the home. Not once, but 3 times. But the 3rd time, I knew God got a hold of him. And I knew because he always had this thing about having a big heart, but not liking it. And this 3rd time, he said, man, I just love the people. I just want to see people change. We had this mission of getting our family all to Hayward. And we were conspiring and praying, and we even made fasting times of how we were going to get a hold of everybody and how God was going to reach, even if it's just one at a time. And I know he's still there, rooting. May not all make it to Hayward, but as long as we know, we're going to see him in heaven one day. And I know I'm a little bit upset because you beat me. I am. I'm not going to lie. I'm upset. You beat me there. You beat me at a lot of things. He had the influence that I could never carry. But I just loved him because he loved people and people loved him. And I really believe even though he's not here, his memories are here. The people he touched are here. There's disciples, there's people that he's touched and that he's been able to pour life into. And because of that, they're able to even carry on that legacy. And I thank God for that I just had a piece of that. About 15 years of praying. So I'm just saying, if you have a loved one, don't stop praying and don't stop believing. Amen. I'm going to pass it over to my husband as he gets ready to read.
Tissue. We'll keep it on. Daniel needs more.
Manuel, 37, passed away unexpectedly in his home in Hayward, California. Although he left us behind, and we are all heartbroken at this loss of his beautiful soul, contagious smile, and hopeful spirit. Manuel was a child of God, and he never feared death. He knew that the gates of heaven would open and welcome him into God's glory. Manuel was survived and lovingly remembered by his mother Carmen Aparicio, his two beautiful daughters, Analia and Avelina Aparicio. He will be forever remembered by his sisters Adriana Ricon and Alicia Espinosa, his brother-in-law Brian Espinosa, and his 4 nephews, Antonio and Alexander Rincon, Brian and Nicholas Espinosa. Manuel was born January 12, 1982, in Ventura, California, to Carmen and Joseph Aparicio. He was a young child. Manuel was full of wonder and was so excited when he discovered something new. He would share his new discoveries with anyone who would listen. His childhood was full of happiness and smiles. During his teenage years and young adulthood, he learned to maneuver through life and push forward through all the trials and tribulations that were put in his way. If life knocked him down, he would get right back up, ready to fight another day. Manuel was fearless, bold, and brave. He had no fear for consequences in both a good and bad way. He would risk himself for others, and that was the ultimate sacrifice for him during his young adulthood years. His love had no limits, as he had the biggest heart. Manuel attended Santa Paula High School. He continued his education at Santa Barbara College, went working as a journeyman plumber in pursuit of obtaining his master plumber's statue. Manuel was a handyman of all sorts, right? Man knew what to do a lot of times. He was always the first person you'd call if you had a problem. And if he didn't know how to fix it, he would research and figure out how and conquer each task. He always had that smile when he found the impossible ways to do almost anything. Manuel was charismatic, charming, and had this energy that made others naturally be drawn to him, especially women. He had a prophecy spoken upon him at a young age that he had a calling to save and change the lives of those who needed guidance into God's light, love, and grace. As a teenager, he tried to run from his calling. But we all know you cannot hide from God. He had to go through the path that life had for him and carry so much on himself while growing up, just to learn as an adult that he didn't need to do everything on his own and that God was there by him the entire time. Throughout these tough times, waiting for him to turn to and call upon him, to ask for help, and until he learned to surrender completely to God, is when he found the uncomparable love that God has waiting for all of us. He would continue to love and protect his daughters as their guardian angel. He will be there constantly with them, just as the sun is to the day and the stars are to the night sky, because nothing on this earth or the heavens can keep him away from his girls. Manuel made an impact to so many lives. And we knew he would continue to change lives through his death. He may not be here with us physically, but he is now fighting the spiritual battles for us in heaven, always protecting us and always being Manuel. So Manuel, all of you not here, bro? I love you.